on Dragon Ball Z.
Hope you enjoyed that little intro there because we got a pretty fun video ahead of us. But first, we need to open up this box that was sent to me by V1 Tech, who is the sponsor of this video. If you haven't heard of V1 Tech before, they're a company that makes customizable gaming PC mod parts. Mainly their backplates is what they're known for, but they make a lot more than that as well. They make support brackets, AIO covers, PC case panels, SSD covers, fan grills, even wall art. They said, what do you want to do with the video, and we'll support it. So I came up with the idea of, what if I could fit as many of their products in a PC as possible, but still make it come together with a common theme and actually look good and not just be a bunch of random crap thrown in there. So that's what we have in this box, and let's open it up and I'll talk more about the theme. As you can probably tell by the opening of this video, the theme of this build is going to be Dragon Ball Z. V1 Tech has a ton of licensed designs from professional artists that you can choose from, or you can choose to upload your own if you want. That's what I did for the custom PC for my good friend Jan. But for this build, since we're covering so many different areas, I didn't want to use any repeat images. So I stuck with in-house designs that they had. Here are all the different products that was sent over. Alright, let's get to opening them one by one. Alright, so in this first box we have these different color anodized thumb screws. So this is also something that they offer for sale on their website. Fan screws, some double-sided 3M sticky tape, which I think we're going to use for the panels. An extra LED strip, which is also going to be for one of the external panels if I can wire it correctly to go inside the case, and then some RGB controllers as well as remotes. So this would be if you aren't plugging them into the motherboard header itself, and it would be powered via SATA. I'm actually not sure if we're going to use these because I think we can get everything onto the motherboard so that we can control it via software. But yeah, this is mostly a box of accessories, and then there's also the RGB header splitters, so you can take one header and then split it to like 4 different products, which we're going to need these because there are a lot of different products that are going to have RGB strips in them. On to the next box. Here is the first plate we have. It's going to be on the power supply shroud / cover. And this is the first design we have. We have Villians from the Dragon Ball Z universe. We have Final Form Frieza, Perfect Cell, and then Kid Buu. This is what it looks like, and wow, this came out nice. If you can kind of see, there's a slot cut out. This is where the RGB strips would go, but this is going to be on the outside. I don't believe I'm going to be putting an RGB strip here because I'm going to keep the outside, for the most part, RGB-less. And you'll see with the rest of the parts, the theme that I came up with. But yeah, this is the first plate. Next up, we have this Asia horse. Oh! Yeah, so this is an M.2 heatsink. We have Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, which if I can get in focus. This is going to be a cover for the M.2 SSD. Let me get this out here. This doesn't look like the typical acrylic sheets that they print on for the other backplates. I think this is all the Asia Horse product here. So it's pretty cool to see that they're able to print on that, especially on this metal part. Let me see from the side cross section here if I can... Okay, so this does slide out. And yeah, so this part is actually printed on the metal itself. It's pretty cool that they're able to print on other products as well. But here's the first thing we're looking at, Broly for the heatsink. And then next we have Goku charging up a Kamehameha. This is actually going to be on a AIO pump. So yeah, it's just a circle, and there are no RGB strips on this one. It's just going to be an acrylic circle with the print on it. But next we have a fan grill cover, and this one is going to have, it's kind of hard to see because, you know, you gotta have space for the air to go through and not block the airflow. But I'll put the design on from the original website, but we do have Gohan doing his one-handed Kamehameha. Like I said earlier, they make products that can cover almost everything within a PC build. And the fan grill is something that people probably don't think of as much compared to like the GPU backplate. Oh wow. Okay, so they ended up they sent over a bunch of them. I'm not going to be using all of them. But one thing to note about the fan design though, because so much of it is covered up, you want to be mindful of what you are trying to get in the background so that, you know, the main part of it does end up in the center just like this one does. Next up, we have the sag bracket. Vegeta here, charging up a final flash. This is actually gonna go together with the Goku one once we get to the backplate, and you'll see why. But this one has an RGB strip along the back here. These are all ARGB strips, so it's the 3-pin one, which is 5 volts. Do not plug this into the 4-pin 12-volt one, or you're gonna have a bad time. Next, we have the backplate for the graphics card, which is gonna tie those together. We have Gogeta here, and the way that it's gonna lay out in the build is it goes in order like this, where, you know, these two, Goku and Vegeta, fuse into Gogeta right here. So that's what I was thinking in terms of choosing the designs and placement of where they go. There's custom cutouts for where the connectors go in, and it is cut out to the shape of the graphics card. So on their website, you actually put in what graphics card you have exactly, and they will be able to get a custom shape out for you. Even for the graphics card we're gonna be using the GALAX 3060EX White, which is not a super common graphics card, but they're able to accommodate even for that shape. So if there's a shape that they don't have, what they can do is take a picture or have you send a picture in of the graphics card, and they will be able to create a backplate for that specific shape. Thank you for supporting our Dallas, Texas-based small business and artists. I forgot to mention, and I think this is pretty cool what they do, all the professional artists that they commission for the artwork, they also get a kickback. So that's pretty cool that they are supporting, you know, smaller artists. Okay, I think that's it for the boxes though, but we do have some bigger pieces to open still. Alright, so when you order stuff for the panels or the wall art, it will come in these white envelopes. What we have here is a similar design to the Villians in terms of being like a black and white kind of sketch looking style. Here we have Future Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku again. This is going to be on the top of the case. So as you can kind of see the theme we're going with here, outside of the case is going to be this white and black theme, and on the inside it's going to be what they call like the Soul series, where it's kind of like an outline with the glowing effects. But yeah, this looks really good and high resolution. Goku got a little bit cut off here because we needed the openings for the fan. Don't want to block any exhaust here. And here we have an image of Kid Goku, and it's in a similar black and white theme. And this is actually going to be the back panel of the PC case. So this is a pretty big piece. It's pretty sharp quality for how big the size is. Alright, for this one we have the front panel, and we have Gohan in his Ascended Super Saiyan form, and this is going to be the front panel to the case. This image was actually a part of this one right here. When you look on their website, they have a design where it has actually all 4 of these Saiyans, but I asked them if they could chop Gohan off and we can put him on the front. So that's something that V1 Tech can do if you contact them. If you see one of their images and you need it modified in any ways, just email their support and they'll, you know, help you out to do stuff like this. This is blown up really big. This is going to be on the entire front side of the case that we're using, and just looking at the quality, one thing I was afraid of was that if it was going to come out looking pixelated, but this actually comes out really sharp. It looks good blown up. On the external of the case, we've got this all the same kind of theme going. We're going to keep it with the white theme. So this is on the outside, but we do have one more thing to open. This last piece is not going to be for the PC build, but this is to showcase their acrylic art pieces that they sell. It's for if you want one of their designs or your own custom design done out in these acrylic prints. This is the big print, and we have Piccolo and Kid Gohan resting under a tree, posted on your wall like you would a poster. You can choose whatever designs or get your own designs printed out. It looks super sharp and clean, and on the glossy surface, if you can get some lighting behind this, either RGB strips or just place it in front of something that has a light source behind it, I think it'll look really cool. So now we gotta take a look at what build all of this is gonna go into. And I actually have it sitting right over here covered up, so I will uncover it and show you. But This is the build that all this is gonna go into. I chose all these parts specifically to help enhance what these plates can do inside and outside of it. What we have on the outside is going to be the NZXT H510. This has a bunch of blank panels, which as you can see earlier from what we unboxed, the panels are gonna go on the outside all around it. And for the inside, I tried to choose as many white components as possible. So we do have the NZXT X63 Kraken. It's a recent release from NZXT in this white color scheme anyways. For the graphics card, we do have the RTX 3060 EX White from GALAX. For the RAM, we have 32GB of Team Group T-Force Delta RGB. For the motherboard, we have the NZXT N7 B550 board, and that has a bunch of white plates covering it, so that should hopefully help reflect the RGB lighting that is going to be inside this build. So I'm actually going to start on the inside by installing the pump block, the graphics card backplate, the sag bracket, as well as the M.2 first. Then once all that's done, I can close up the case and get all the external panels on. But yeah, let's start with the AIO pump, since I think that's going to be the easiest one. There's no LED strips, don't have to worry about any cable management. It's just going to be this circular piece that's going to go right onto there. Got these little red circles, which I'm just going to place in like a small square in the back here. Actually, I'm not going to do a square. I'm going to do it along Goku's body because that's all in black in case any light does shine through from the pump block itself. So yeah, I have it coming down. This thing is not that heavy though, so that should be plenty to hold it in place. Get it as perfectly centered as possible. The ring should still come through from the pump. The NZXT backlighting, we'll see if that lights up this Kamehameha at all. But first part is on. Next up, we have the graphics card backplate. Should fit pretty much perfectly, which it does. What we're gonna do is use these little small circular rare earth magnets. They're super strong that they provided, and I'm going to be putting them on the different screws. Now we line up the backplate and lower it. Apply some pressure. I think we're good to go. And if you want, you should be able to just lift this off easily, and every time you put it back down, it'll snap. See that? The magnets will hold it in place. So next we're gonna have Vegeta for the graphics card sag bracket, and that will tie together the Goku, Vegeta, Gogeta theme we have going on here. So this is gonna be very simple. It's just gonna be these two screw holes. I'm gonna place it under here, and then use this to prop it up. Sag eliminated. So now we gotta do the fan, which the way that the cooling in this build works out, it didn't make sense to put any fan grill covers on these front ones because the radiator is blocking it. So the only two other fans that we could put the grills on are these two. Now this top one is going to be covered by the top, so that's not going to work. I'm going to remove this and put it in the back, and we'll see this through the back side here. This one is super simple. Removing the fan, placing it in between, and then re-screwing it. Yeah, so there's nothing super special about this process. It's just putting a fan cover in front. I think it would look a lot better if I did have something on the inside. Just for the purpose of this video though, this is just a demonstration of how easy it is to install. And we do get to see it from the back here, but yeah, from the inside though, we're not really gonna be able to see it. The last internal piece that we are going to do is gonna be this M.2 heatsink. Originally, I was gonna put it on the bottom because, let me move this down, the M.2 SSD is actually down here, but you are not gonna be able to see it because Vegeta is gonna be covering it. But there's another slot up here. We could place it up here, and I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. So I've got a drive right here. There's this bottom plate that you put the drive into here, and then you use one of these thermal pads, put it on here, squeeze this down, fasten it, and then you have your drive. Okay, there we have it. So let me put it in here, and then we'll see if the backplate can also fit alongside it. All right, come on, come on. Such a close fit, but I think we can work with this. It'll be better than trying to put it underneath here where no one's gonna see. So we're done with the inside now. Got 5 pieces in there. There's the fan grill, the pump block, M.2 heatsink, graphics card backplate, and the sag bracket. Of all these, though, there's only 3 with LED strips. So it only requires 1 of these splitters, and that should work perfectly fine to go into the header. I'll get those plugged in now, and then we can get to work on the outside of the case. And now we're gonna do the outside panels. So I'll start with this front shroud first, and that's gonna be the DBZ Villians. Yeah, this fits pretty much perfectly on this panel. Let me take a look at this extra LED strip real quick. I'm thinking we go without the LED strip just because I wanted everything on the outside to be like a nice white. Yeah, we could get an RGB strip here if we wanted, but I think I want to stick with just the white and black theme, which is why I chose all the designs I did for the outside panel and use this case to kind of keep it the white still. So yeah, let me get the adhesives on here, which are just going to be these big circular ones, it looks like. I'll place one in each corner. We'll put one in the center too, just for good measure, just to keep it nice and flat. There we have it. Now I just gotta not mess up when lining this up. Hopefully this all comes together at the end, but so far I'm liking how it's coming out right now. Next we have the front panel, which I'm essentially gonna do the exact same thing. Pretty much perfect fit. Next we have this top piece, which is gonna stop right before the front port and power button, and we do get the fan grill back here that lets airflow still come through. And now for the final back panel. And we're gonna fit it just like this, and then there's clearance for the vent holes on the side here. And there it is. So let me get it on the back side now. Oh my goodness, I just realized something. I wonder how many people while watching this video were saying, "You're putting it on the wrong way, you're putting it on the wrong way," because, yeah, I wasn't even thinking, and I had it in the wrong orientation when I put it on, so this is how it's supposed to go on the case. So I need to peel it off and put it back on. So let me close the side panel up, and then, yeah, flip it. Quick and easy flip right here. And there you have it. The build is complete. So now let's revisit that transformation scene properly this time. So what do y'all think of this end product? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. For me, this all tied together way better than expected. Like I said earlier, I was honestly a little bit nervous when planning out this mod because I didn't want it to just look like a big jumbled mess of stuff that I threw into a case. But overall, I think the theme that I envisioned came out very nicely, and everything looks like it was placed there with a purpose and had thought put into it. And in case this has been in the back of your mind throughout this entire video, I'm not oblivious to how much these products cost. They're by no means the cheapest way to mod a PC, and I'm very aware of that. I'm not saying to go out and put this into like your $300 or $400 budget PC build because that'd be a horrible decision. This is very much for the people who are content with their build and are looking to further customize their PC and make it unique to them. It's when you have all the performance you need and you still want to do more with your system. If you've got the budget for it and it's not a problem, then by all means, this is very much targeted for you. As of the release of this video, V1 Tech is running their huge Black Friday sale where everything is 50% off. So if anything you saw interests you at all, definitely check that out. I'll have links down in the description below. And if you're catching this video at some point after Black Friday or Thanksgiving, don't worry. They do run frequent sales on the various holidays throughout the year, so definitely be on the lookout for those. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video though. I want to thank V1 Tech for sponsoring this video and sending over the products for me to check out and to showcase in this build. And I want to thank you all as always for watching and for continuing to support the channel. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it and putting this build together. But yeah, I will see you down in the comments as well as in the next video and or stream. Bye.